We've got Emma here and we're talking endo with Tap. So Emma, tell us a little bit about yourself and what life looks like for you at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm Emma, grew up here in the Bay Plenty. It's beautiful. Been on kind of my endo journey since I was about 14.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really young. And it's been a big journey.
So when did endo first become part of your story?
So yeah, like I said, when I was about 14, in school always struggled with my periods, heavy, irregular and really painful.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always difficult, but I didn't have any idea. I'd never been educated on it. So obviously I thought it was normal. I think that's something that's drilled into young girls, is that it's normal.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor so many times and they always just said, it's normal, period pains. So I've been on birth control since I was like 14, which is not that great because I just thought my pain was normal.
Yeah, but that was an option that was given to you,
yeah.
And you take the options that are in front of you.
Yeah, I think that's centered around education. Like,
For sure.
You don't get taught about endometriosis in school and you're told it's normal and deal with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, did that, was on birth control, wasn't working at all. And then it was just getting progressively worse, I guess. So yeah, kept going back to the doctors. I think I was at the doctors every month for my cycle, which was very hard. And then kept going, kept pushing. Mum was like, well, this can't be normal.
Yeah.
Doctors kept saying it was normal. I went through like 4 doctors. And then yeah, kept trying, nothing. So up until about 2 years ago, I just thought it was normal. And then I went on the IUD a year ago because I went and saw a private gynecologist and he said, your pain's not normal. That was the first time I'd kind of been validated, which was great to hear.
Yeah.
And then had the IUD and that didn't fix anything for me. So then, started realising something was seriously wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is so nice to be validated because nobody else can feel your pain, but you know that it's not normal. You know that there's no way that somebody else could put up with it and just think, oh, these are just cramps. And especially I think when I would be in friend groups where people are like, oh, I kind of have cramps right now, it's so annoying. I'm like, how do my cramps look like I'm in bed crying? But your cramps, we're all hanging out and it's fine. So I think that's that distinguishing factor. Like, yes, periods can be a little bit painful, but when you're showing up to the doctor every month, it's like you really had to advocate for yourself that that was not normal period pain.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So what did the journey to getting surgery look like for you? What kind of decision-making processes did you have?
So I first went to my private gynecologist, Dr. Brad Chittenden. He's amazing.
He is amazing. You're the second person to say how amazing he is during this series.
Yeah, I was actually recommended to him.
Shout out to Brad.
Shout out to Brad. Love Brad.
We love a specialist who listens. It's amazing. So
That's
healing
right.
when you've got somebody who you know is an expert in their field saying to you, wow, that experience sounds really hard and that's not normal and let's do something about that for you. Like, there is something that just heals years of emotional burden when you hear that.
Yeah, exactly. After so many times being told it's normal, to finally be validated is so amazing. So I went and saw him and then he referred me to the public health system for surgery. Then they denied me, actually.
Oh no, even though he'd referred you.
Yeah, because all of my scans came back normal. All of my ultrasounds were normal, which is a very common thing with endo. Yeah. It doesn't show up in scans unless it's really significant.
Yeah.
And then I went back and said, they denied me, what now? It was a lot of advocating with the public health system. That's always a struggle. A lot of advocating, and then finally got put in for surgery, which was amazing. And then I had to wait a year. So that was probably the hardest year that I've ever had. Yeah, kept going back to doctors for my pain. I was admitted to hospital so many times. And then in the midst of waiting, I was diagnosed with a tubular ovarian abscess.
Wow.
So admitted to hospital with a severe pelvic infection, which the doctors told me was normal. And got pelvic inflammatory disease from that.
Wow.
So that's something I also struggle with. So that was horrible.
After such a long wait and you having to advocate for yourself so much, what did avocation look like for you?
Yeah, I've always been sit down and listen to the doctors. That's how my mum raised me, which I understand, but that's not a linear thing for people. So I was advocating for myself, which as a 19-year-old is really difficult to sit there in front of doctors with degrees and be like, my pain's not normal.
Totally.
Yeah, so that was difficult, and then setting boundaries and saying, no, I want a second opinion or everything like that. That was always really difficult.
What does a high pain day look like for you? What are your kind of like key symptoms and how do you manage them?
Yeah, so my key symptoms would obviously be pelvic pain, really significant, and then up my hips and my back as well, down my legs. So a typical flare day for me would be in bed, on a lot of pain medication, can't move, no appetite, and a lot of sleep.
Yeah, totally. Your body just kind of shuts down, eh?
Yeah.
So what field of work do you work in, and how does Endo impact your productivity?
Yeah, so I work in cosmetic retail.
Okay.
I've been in the beauty industry for years, which is very physical, you're on your feet. So that's always difficult with my legs and my hips and my back. It's affected work quite a lot.
So what does support look like for you? What's like really good support?
My mum's been amazing. She's fantastic. She just listens, sits there and listens, which I think is really important for people with endo. You just need someone to listen. And she validates my pain, which is great. So good support to me looks like my friends, my family, and having people that believe my pain and respect my boundaries as well, and don't make me feel like I'm lazy when I need to spend 3 days in bed over a flare. Because that's something you feel a lot of shame about it, I think, when you're in bed doing nothing, but you need to let your body heal, which
the reality is you've got to listen to your body. Have you had to do lots of education with your family and friends around what you need for support and why you need support?
Heaps, I think endometriosis is not talked about enough, and it's not educated on enough. So lots of education talks, and lots of telling them what I need. I think being able to do that has been really beneficial, saying I just need you to listen, or I need you to help me with this. But I've got the most amazing support system.
That's so great. I'm so happy to hear that. So what is in your pain toolkit when you're flaring?
I've got a big one. I've got a massive bag that I keep in my wardrobe. So my hot water bottle I love. It's so good. And then weight packs, shoulder ones as well. I got one that sits on my shoulder, so that's good. All of my painkillers as well.
I think having a physical pain toolkit, like you've got your mental one, like, oh, what do I need? And you're so used to it, you're like, oh, I need this, you know? But I think having a physical toolkit that you can actually look at is such an underrated strategy. Because you can literally visualize everything. And when you're in pain, you can't think straight. And sometimes it's trial and error. You might think that you need a wheat bag, but actually it's something else that you're going to use in the end. And I think that's a really simple thing that is sometimes forgotten, is like literally just having the bag there, or your bedside table, or whatever it is where you can see all your options. It just creates a little bit of relief in itself.
And it's helpful for other people as well. Like I've been at home and I've had a flare up and I couldn't move. And I've got a list of all my medications in what order I have to take them in.
Perfect.
So I got my brother to get that for me, and he could just get me what I needed. So I think it's good when you're actually unable to do it as well.
Is there anything you wish that you would have known earlier in your journey?
That it's hard. It's difficult. Very difficult thing to live with. But you can do everything with it. It doesn't make you less than. And to be strong, that's something that is really good, and I've had to learn that.
Amazing. Would you say you're living a life of meaning?
Yeah, definitely. I think helping myself and like knowing my own body, and then also helping other people as well, is really good for me.
That is so beautiful. I feel like you've really taken endo, and although it's so challenging, you've really pulled out the best aspects of having to learn how to be strong and how to deal with so much. And it shows in who you are.
Thanks.
You are extremely radiant and well-spoken.
Thank you.
It's lovely.
Yeah, you've got to take the ball and run with it. You can't change it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something I've always been taught. Is if you can't change it, live with it.
Yeah.
And learn how to live with it well.
Okay, so this is the last question that we've been asking everybody. If your body could talk, what would she say?
Thank you for listening, and for advocating, because I knew something wasn't right.
I think your body is very proud of you.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think your body is very strong.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your journey with us.
Thank you so much.
Emma, thank you so much for coming back in to tell the rest of your story. Last time we talked to you, you were awaiting results from your laparoscopy, and we know that a lot has happened since then. So we wanted to have you come back in and tell us what life has been like over the last couple months. Yeah. First of all, how has your recovery been since your laparoscopy?
Really difficult, hard to navigate. Not really sure what my next steps are. But just trying to get there slowly. Yeah.
And what did you find from your results? What were you told after your laparoscopy?
So I was told they didn't find any endo, which obviously sucked, being on this journey for so long. And it didn't validate anything for me, which was hard because I was expecting for them to find endo, and I was told that they would. That's what they thought. So that was really difficult. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well, I know this isn't the end. I know there's still so much more for me to achieve and find out.
Yeah. And what's it been like for you processing, hearing those words, we didn't find any endo? Like, that must have put you in such a head spin.
Oh, absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I was told that probably 3 hours post-surgery.
Yeah. They
came in and the doctor just sat there and was like, we didn't find anything. And I just started crying. I was like, what do you mean? Like, because it's such a hard thing being in so much pain for 5 years of my life, and then waking up from surgery and them saying didn't find anything.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just, I spiraled a bit, I guess. I guess I thought, oh well, no one believes me now, like the doctors don't believe me because I've had the surgery and they haven't found anything. So that's solidified them being like, you don't have anything.
Yeah. So Emma, since we last saw you, you had your laparoscopic surgery. What was that like? Tell us about the experience.
It was very surreal. It was my first surgery. I've had one surgery before, but I was young. Very scary, very, very scary. Knowing that they're going in and they're gonna find stuff, hopefully. And then leading up to it, I was told that they wanted to cancel my surgery.
Oh gosh.
Which was insane. It's like, what do you mean? I've been fighting for like a year and a half to get this surgery.
Yeah.
Spent so many, the hundreds of dollars to try and get this. And then to be told 2 days before it's been cancelled sucked. And then I asked for a second opinion, and then the second opinion was, no, we do want to give you surgery because we think we'll find something. So then that was a roller coaster of emotions in itself.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, completely up and down. And then went in, that was pretty straightforward, got my surgery, woke up, and then the pain was a lot. Waking up, a lot of pain, didn't really expect that. And then, just in recovery, and then they finally came in and was like, we didn't find anything.
That's so hard. Did you have support people with you when you found out that they didn't diagnose you with endometriosis?
Yeah, I had my mum and my best friend, and I immediately looked at my mum and I was like, Mum, you have to believe me, like this pain is so real and this doesn't mean that I don't have pain.
Yeah.
And she was amazing about it, but I think the combination of being out of surgery, emotions are so high, and then being told you don't have it, is a lot to comprehend in itself. But yeah, my mum and my best friend were amazing. They were just like, Emmy, your pain is still so valid. So
of course.
That was so helpful.
Yeah, your pain is so valid. Like, you have been on this journey for a reason. You know your body, and the pain you've been facing is not normal. But I can imagine that would have felt so confusing to almost already pre-process, okay, I've got endo, and then to be told they didn't find that I can just imagine that would be really hard.
Yeah.
So where are you at with this now? Are you physically recovered? How are your emotions?
Yeah, my body has done pretty well recovering from the surgery. Obviously that first week was really hard. Walking was really hard, which I didn't really expect. And then now my pain is still there. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not gone away.
Yeah.
My TENS machine's been great for that.
Sounds so
really
good.
Fantastic. But I'm just trying to be really easy on myself. Obviously, it's hard on my body, but it's also really hard on my brain. Trying to process it. And then the mental side of it, it's just been such a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I keep reminding myself my pain is still valid.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we know, diagnosis takes such a long time. So this may not be the end of your endo journey, or it might lead you down another path, a different answer, a different reason why your pain levels are so high.
Yeah.
So what are your key pain management strategies now? Have they changed since learning that you may not have endo?
No, stayed the same. The pain is still the same, so I wanted to keep it continuous. It was working for me, so my TENS machine is like attached to me constantly.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, and then just pain medication, hot water bottles, hot baths, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. So your pain is still the same, basically, you know, like it's just the answer that has changed, or the way of thinking. How does it feel to not have any diagnosis?
Really gutting.
Yeah.
But I know that my pain's there, so I know that, like, I still believe myself.
Good.
I don't think everything, like, I think it doesn't have to have a label on it. There's a lot of people out there that suffer with this pain with no diagnosis, and they don't have the means to get a diagnosis.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take away from their pain. So yeah, I think that's the same for me.
And there are so many reasons that you could be facing pelvic pain. Yeah. It's just about the fact that you're still on that road to learning what your reason is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was told that, I was diagnosed with pelvic inflammatory disease, which is chronic pelvic pain. But I was told that would calm down, and it hasn't. So I'm like, what is it now?
So that's a snippet of an answer for you, but still, it's like always evolving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to see any more specialists or any more people in the pelvic health field?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go back to my gynecologist, Dr. Brad. He's amazing, absolutely fantastic. And then probably see pelvic floor therapist. I've heard that that's really good. That's kind of my plan moving forward, and then just take every day as it comes. Yeah,
cool. Do you feel like you're in more of a management phase now, or are you still fighting for answers?
Both. Managing it every day, and then fighting for answers, but that takes a long time, as you know. So managing it and then seeing where that takes me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have loved chatting with you, and if you're open to it, we would love to keep following your story and keep having these chats.
Yeah.
It's really nice to sit down with you and hear all of these intricacies that so many people go through that you articulate so well. And I know it will be helping other people who have had the same journey. So thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing having my story listened to, and letting people know that just because there's not a diagnosis doesn't mean your pain's not valid.
Absolutely, your pain is valid. You know your body.
Yeah.
And even though it's a long journey for so many, we can still live meaningfully alongside, and that is absolutely what you're doing. You're so full of joy, even though you have so much hardship. So good on you.
Thank you.